Hi, this is Steve with HomeStrung Jewelry.
And Debbie with HomeStrung Jewelry.
And you see she's got her nails on, so we know there's something special going on today. We're doing something totally different from anything we've ever done in the past. We're going to be reviewing someone else's bead bag or bead box.
This is from Gigi's Treasures. She puts out an extraordinary bead bag about once every 2 months. It is not a subscription program. These are limited edition bags. And we have been given the opportunity of unbagging her most recent treasure bag.
Yeah, we actually traded. We sent her our box, which she is opening and reviewing, and then she sent us her bag, and we're going to be opening it and reviewing it. But we're also going to be doing some additional things, aren't we, Debbie?
Yes, in conjunction with the trading of our box and bags, we're doing a collaboration. And this is a little different from anything I've seen done before, because what we're going to do is we're going to pull components from both sets, from our box and her bag, and then we're going to do a tutorial using the components from both sets, and these will be released on Wednesday, February 7th at noon Mountain Time.
And so we're both going to be releasing tutorials using components from both boxes. But here today, we're going to be reviewing her bag, but you know, she does such a great job of reviewing her bag herself that we're going to do kind of a quick review, and we put a link down below where you can see her her reviewing and unboxing or unbagging of her set, which is just amazing. Gina does a wonderful job. But what we're going to do is a couple of things that are different. What are we going to be doing, Debbie?
Well, after we videotaped the unbagging of her bag, Steve and I sat down and challenged each other and saying, okay, let's see what we can make up. I initially said in under 10 minutes, but we'll make it things that you can make in under 15 minutes just from her bag.
I didn't go over the 10 minutes, people. Debbie did.
Only on one project, but we're going to show you what this challenge, the results of this challenge, what Steve and I made from just the contents of this bag. They're going to be inserted as we go through the bag, so you'll get to see pictures.
Yep, we'll interrupt as we go through and show, when we're showing specific components, we'll show you what we made with the components.
I might mention real quick here that we will be doing an unboxing of our next box in just a few days here. We've had to do it earlier than normal so that we could work in the tutorial for the collaboration. And now let's move on to showing you what is in Gigi's treasure bag.
Well, we're going to show you the bag here first, which is a huge bag. It's like 6 by 9 inch, 7 by 9. And there's an inventory sheet in here that shows all the items. This is titled Sparkling Romance, GGC's treasure bag, and it's all about romance. I think it's because Valentine's Day is coming up. And if you'll give us just a minute here, we will get everything out here on the mat so you can see exactly what's going on. And here all the stuff is.
One thing I want to start right off mentioning is that what I love about Gigi's treasure bags is that she's able to put in full strands of beautiful crystal and glass beads.
Yeah, there's a lot of beads here. I mean, there's a lot of beads here. They're full strands. This is going to take days, weeks for us to use all of the beads. And we'll each be sharing the beads, and we won't have a problem with that because there's just so much here. Okay, so what are we going to start with? Looks like the crystal beads.
This is an 11.5-inch strand with approximately 90 beads on the strand. They're 4 by 5 by 6 millimeters. They're those beautiful triangle beads. Very clear, very sparkly.
Okay, next, got 4 millimeters, half silver. Where are they? There they are.
This is a 17-inch strand with 4 millimeter half round or half plated in silver on jade. The color is called Thistle. It's a lavender, and there's 125 beads.
And then next, what do we got? Oh, the ombre. Or ochre. Ombre, how do you say it?
That's ombre. It's a 13-inch strand of those triangle beads that are 4 by 3.5 millimeter. There's about 125 beads on that strand.
And let's see, I've got lots of plans for that. And it looks like the crackles. I love the crackle beads. It's a 15-inch strand, lavender crackle beads. These are 6 millimeters. A lot of internal sparkle. I didn't used to like these.
Lots of variation in that coloring. There's about 70 beads on that strand. Boy,
Yeah.
we're already up into the hundreds and hundreds of beads here, and we've only gone through a few of the strands.
All right. All right. Now here's the project that I made using the crackle beads. This is a memory wire bracelet. It's just simple stringing. This took me less than 10 minutes to make, probably closer to 5 minutes to make. And I just put some of the crystal beads that you'll see later on, a crystal rice, and then I used some of those triangle beads as well. And you can see here on the end, I used this little connector heart bead.
And it's in the bag.
And it's in the bag, and I did something different. I actually turned this into a clasp. I fastened at one end, but I left the loop open on the other end so that you can unhook it, hook it back in. Need a little more work to make sure that this is going to work, but I think this is a cute little bracelet. And it just didn't take that long. I know I have granddaughters that would love to use this. A little bit of rubber tubing that I had to add to make this work, but fun little bracelet. All right.
Now back to our strands. Our next one is a 17-inch strand of a 6x4 lavender rondelle bead. Beautiful
Okay,
faucets,
there it
nice
is.
colors on it. And there are approximately 87 beads on this strand.
A lot of sparkle on that one too.
I actually have some of those in my collection, and I've used them in the past. They're a gorgeous shade of purple, one that I really love. Next strand is a 16-inch 6x4. Here's those clear
The rices, the
rices
opals.
that you used in that memory wire bracelet.
Yeah, I knew I had to use them for something.
Yeah, you get 87 beads on that strand. And then another one of the clear strands of faceted crystal type beads.
Let's see where they're at.
It's not the clear, it's the rubies.
It's the rubies.
It's the rubies. 21 inches of 6 millimeter ruby crystal beads.
That's a big strand.
There's about 96 beads on this strand, and I get dibs on this one.
Well, it's a 21-inch strand.
I'm going to use some of those.
We can both use it if we need to. All right.
So that
Little tiny
next
beads.
one is a 16-inch 4x3 rondelle in mixed colors. Nice soft pastels and pinks and purples and whites, and 135 beads on that strand.
I think this would go really well with morganite, which unfortunately we don't have in this box, but it would be amazing.
Well, it gives me some ideas, though.
Yes.
Our next strand is a 21-inch. These are clear beads. They're faceted, 6 millimeter. Nice sparkle to them. They just add all the... And the fun thing about clear beads is they go with
They'll
everything.
go with everything, pretty
And
much.
there are 96 beads on this
Where
strand.
does she get the 21-inch strands? I'm used to 16s.
Yeah, I am too.
That's a lot of beads.
All right, moving on. We have a 13-inch strand that's 4 millimeter pink rose crystal beads.
There we go. Debbie has to
Right
point them
there.
out to me.
There's about 95 beads on this strand. This is a little bit more of a peachy pink.
Or a mauve. I guess mauve, whatever
No,
mauve
is purpley pink,
Oh,
but
okay.
this is a peachy pink.
Anyway, nice color. It'll go well
Nice.
with the other beads.
It'll go well with our box. So,
Now this is pink.
yeah, this last strand is
That looks like opal.
a pink imitation opal, but it looks like opal. For an imitation bead, it has been beautifully done. It has got that opal glow inside of it.
6 millimeters.
70 beads, and that takes care of 11 full strands of beads that you'll find in this bag.
That's a lot of beads. Now we look at the other stuff.
Now we're going to
the
look at
loose
some of the
beads.
loose beads and some of the findings that were included in this bag. And moving on, I think
start
our
with the
first
crystals.
one is 7 of these pretty little heart electroplated crystal beads. They're 12 by 10 millimeter in size,
Yep,
and you get
two-sided.
7 of them. And I'm going to put dibs on this. Nope.
Well,
nope.
you can dibs all you want, but while you're building stuff, I'll probably take them and use them. We'll see who uses them.
Yeah, we'll see who gets to them
We'll
first.
see who's faster when it comes to those. Those are neat beads. I like those. I've got a couple of ideas on that. And guess who got them? Okay.
Steve.
I made a couple of dangles. This is a duster type earring. I don't usually do long earrings, but I just had to do something with these beads. And so we've got a head pin at the end. We got a couple of pieces of wire on each one with wrapped loops. We got 2 beads. We used the triangle beads. We've added a little bit, or we've added an ear wire, a French style wire at the top, which is really kind of a cute little wire. And so this is just a pair of nice dusters, and it's going to go well with another project I'm going to work on.
And again, made in under 10 minutes.
Yep. All right. What do we got next? Oh,
this is 5 electroplated bicone or rice beads.
Super bicones.
They're like 13 by 9 millimeter in size. They match those little hearts that you just showed in your earrings
Yeah, so
beautifully.
I should probably do something with these.
Just a great sparkle there and a great color flash going on.
Oh, it looks like Debbie beat me to it.
Yes, I snagged those the minute we sat down because I thought I want to put a quick and easy
this is
stretch cord
This is
project
stretch cord.
together.
It's also a charm bracelet. Debbie told me I couldn't do a charm bracelet because it took too long.
Well, this one I just used jump rings to attach all those little hearts. I didn't have to wire wrap them all, but it uses those crystal rice and some of the crystal rounds.
All right, back into it. What do we got next?
Next, Steve is showing you 5 decaled pink flowered barrel beads. These are 14 by 10 millimeter in size.
Yeah, you were worried that they might scratch, but I think these are pretty sturdy.
I'm not sure if they're decaled. If they are, I believe they have been heat treated so that they literally sink down into the bead when they do that.
Yeah.
And so they're not subject to as much scratching.
You worry about it, but I just stick them in a bracelet and send it out there into the world.
I love flowers, so I was immediately attracted to these beads because of that pretty flower decal.
I'd love to make a bracelet out of those beads personally, but Debbie got them first.
And I started to make this into a bracelet. As you can see, I was working with those flowered barrels, and then I pulled in some of the ruby rounds and some of the peachy pink, the smaller crystal round. And then Steve mentioned that it was going to end up being a little bit short for a bracelet, which I could have just added more of the beads from the bags to make a bracelet. But instead, we got thinking this would make a beautiful necklace.
Yes, we're also using the wire from her set and the clasp.
Yeah,
that we'll show
the
you
clasp
here in a minute.
and the chain that comes from the bag itself. And I thought, so you have a choice. You could do either a bracelet or a necklace from those beads.
Yep.
Next is
the pendant.
Yes, this is also an electroplated heart pendant, a little bit larger size than the hearts that Steve used in the earrings, but it's the same color, same shade, same crystal.
The bell is
and it's
really
beautiful
nice
bell.
Pinch bell that Gina's picked out. I think that's a pretty bell. A lot of sparkle here. I think it would go well with a couple of the other beads that are in here. But here's what I did with it. There's the earrings first off, and then, come on, pull it over there, Steve. Okay, I went very simple. I just went with a black satin cord because I didn't want anything to interfere with the appearance. I tied a little decorative knot, just, basic, simple, something you could wear anywhere.
And make in under 10 minutes, maybe under 5 minutes.
Maybe under 3 minutes. If I hadn't added the little thing on the end, I did add a length of chain, which came from our stash. And but I did take the last heart and turn it into a little dangle up the end of the extension. And then I made a clasp. I just wanted a real simple clasp for this.
Well, Steve, with his wire wrapping skills,
Well, I just don't like messing with lobster
He can kick those
cast.
clasps out so fast and so easy.
Yes, in under 10 minutes for the whole thing, including the clasp. But look how nice it looks with the dangle
And the
earrings.
bracelet where I used those rice bicones, they go beautiful with this set.
They would go with that as well.
They go really nice with
All
that
right,
set.
back to the set.
So back to what's in the bag. Gina included this beautiful little locket. I rarely see a locket where you actually can open it, included in a treasure bag. And there's so much you can do with this. You can put pictures of your loved ones.
You can hide things. You can have secret potions. You can have poison.
You could put one of those perfume gel type things in there.
Chapstick. Fill it with chapstick. Just don't get it on the outside. I just love pendants.
And it's a nice size. It's 29 by 29 millimeters, and it has that embossed rose pattern on the front of it. I mean, this is very much in keeping with her sparkling romance.
It's like a secret box that you can keep something in. A lock of hair. All right.
Can I
What
cut
else?
your hair?
No. Yes, someone needs to cut my hair. It's part of my new weight loss program. Okay, what have we got? Oh, the pearls.
When I saw these, I just had to smile because this fit in with my in under 3 minutes. All you have to do here is attach ear
Okay,
wires.
don't make it too light, because I think I'm going to take this and make it into something. But those are faux pearls. You've got little crystals that decorate it. Nice
It
accent.
has kind of that crystal pave look to it
Love the
along the
design.
middle.
And yes, I did. I turned this into earrings. This was so simple. I took the ear wires, opened up the loop on the ear wires, inserted the loop from the dangle, and there's an earring.
This might be an under 1 minute
Well, two
design.
earrings, probably a minute per earring. I'm kind of klutzy. My eyes aren't what they once were. But there is a real basic earring. And let's see what else we've
All right,
got.
next coming up is the cubes.
Nope.
No, the hearts.
Okay. Debbie made me promise to let her make something with these
Yes,
hearts.
these, when it comes to crystal and metal, I have to have it.
What are these, about 12, 15
these are
millimeters?
14 by 12 millimeter. There's 2 of them in the bag. And here's what I did
here's
with
the
them.
earrings. She used those red, deep red beads again.
I love the contrast. I used some of the triangle crystals because they sparkled just like your Czech bicones do. Added a couple of leverback ear wires to it.
Got a wire with wrap loops at each end.
Yep,
That's
a little
simple.
tiny piece of wire.
4 wrap loops, and you've got a pair of earrings.
I don't think I even spent a full 5 minutes on those.
All right, put the hearts back. What do we got?
Now for the cubes.
The cages.
These, again, they just really caught my eye, and I thought, this is so neat because what's trapped inside of that little cube is a beautiful chaton. I mean, this, I was amazed at the clarity, the sparkle, the
sparkly.
quality
Yeah.
of this chaton. This
They
really
could
was
call
a
it-
high
I
quality.
think call it a dice or something like that. And guess what? I got to do something. I took one of the other components, these little triple hearts, which it turned out it's just a simple loop at each end. I didn't need to add anything. I just opened up the loop at one end, fastened it to the ear wire, opened up the loop at the other end, and fastened it to the cage. And the other thing I discovered was that I thought these 3 hearts were welded together. It was one piece. But as I loosened it up, they're all individual hearts. And so if you needed just 6 hearts or 3 hearts, whatever, for some other project, you basically have 3 beads on each one of these. You don't have to keep it on the wire.
But they matched the charms
They
on
matched
the
the
March
charm.
on the charm bracelet. So these earrings would go with that charm bracelet really well too.
Yep, and I thought they looked really good.
All right, the
2
next
minutes.
is, if you remember the charm bracelet, there were no, this is the memory wire.
Okay, yeah. No, this is on your stretch cord.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's on the memory
this was
wire.
on. You
Yeah,
put
these are on the
this
memory
This
wire.
is coming up in a minute. But there's these 2 little parts that have this pattern on it. But there's also isn't there 15 of these little tiny
Yeah,
hearts?
those tiny hearts are the ones I used on the stretch
Used
cord
them on the stretch cord.
charm bracelet. The 2 hearts that have that beautiful texture and pattern
Well, don't tell them. You'll ruin the surprise.
were used in another design.
Yes, they were. You know,
Anyway, the larger hearts are 15 by 13 millimeter, and those little tiny ones, where are they?
that looks like about 6 millimeters.
Yeah, they're probably about six and a half.
And I'm the person that likes to do charm bracelets. Debbie told me I couldn't because it'd take too much time, and then she made the charm bracelet. She found a faster way to do it.
Well, normally you would wire wrap all those charms into a charm bracelet. Because they had such a nice little loop, all I did was jump ring them
Yeah, well.
in there, so it went really fast.
All right, let's put them away. And what are you pointing at? Oh, the components that I used in the earrings. I love these. I thought it was more complicated than it was, but this is just a wire through 3 hearts and a simple loop at each end, which is easy to open and close.
They're 6 by 20 millimeter. He used 2 of them in the earrings. There's 3 more that can be
3
used.
more, yeah, dare you to use them. And now we've
A
got,
whole handful of these filigreed, silver-toned
the connectors.
heart connectors. They're a 1-to-1 link. They're 12 by 21 in size, and he used one of these in the very first memory wire bracelet that he showed you and turned it into a clasp.
I knew I wanted to use these in something, and I ran out of projects, so I turned it into a clasp, which I think looks amazing on the bracelet. It's just a good finishing piece. I will be using these again, definitely. All right, looks like we got tubes.
No, they're actually cones. They're filigree
Oh,
cones.
it's the cones up here.
And there's 12 of them in the bag. They're 42 by 8 millimeters, so they're really long. This is a really soft type filigree metal, so it allows you to bend those ends that you see. You can bend them out, you can bend them in, you can actually shape them around a bead.
You could spread them out. I've actually taken, scissors. Don't tell your wife when you're using her scissors, but I've actually cut this down to make a smaller cone at times. But I love using these in kumihimo.
They have such a pretty finished look to them when you put them into a design. And
here's the design that Debbie did.
And this one was the one that took me probably 15. It didn't fit in under the 10-minute rule that we set.
She used more chain here than she did in the necklace.
Because I used chain from the necklace. I used the little pastel rondelles for the necklace. But in this case, I did wire wrap that crystal at the end of each of those chains. And that's why it took maybe just a little longer, maybe 15 minutes.
You probably doubled the chain and ran the wire through it and wrapped it. You attached these little tiny pastel 4 millimeter beads at the bottom. And then, of course, we added the ear post, that little post that came from our stash.
So.
All right, cones are away. Now are we going to do the tubes?
Chain.
We're going to do the chain, and I love this chain.
Yeah, the chain you just saw in those earrings is this chain, and she has a full meter. And it's one of the small link chains. Those links are about a 5 by 3 millimeter. But what I love about it is that it's a textured chain.
It's got to cut the sparkles.
Yes, it makes it sparkle.
Now the tubes.
Nope, now your toggle clasps.
Those are tubes.
Oh, 2 beads. Column beads. Well, it's out of order here.
9 by 3.5.
9 by 3.5. There's 10 of them, and I used these in
another project that's coming up. I like it. It has a little pattern that looks like either a rose or I guess it's a little sun that sits in the middle of it. These are fun. I can just see you could use these to separate. And here Debbie used it in the project.
Okay, so you'll see the hearts we were talking about a little bit ago that I used as end dangles on this memory wire bracelet. You can see the tubes that we just showed you incorporated. It has the crackle beads in there. It has the pink opalite beads in there. The only thing I did add was that little silver metal bicone that came from my stash. But I was thinking afterwards that the tube of the Toho beads that's included in
you could use those as separators.
Could have used those as separators. But
yeah, this is your traditional wraparound memory wire bracelet that everybody sees. All right, now let's put those tubes away, and I know we've got more. Oh, there's the seed beads.
Yeah, these are Toho, Japanese seed beads, very uniform. In the past, I've only used Miyuki, but Gina tells me that the Toho have a slightly larger hole. I wish I'd known that because there's been a lot of times I wished my seed bead had just a little bit bigger hole when I'm trying to squeeze that needle up through it. And these are a gorgeous galvanized rose colored metal.
Yeah, I think there's actually a second choice. You'll get either this or another set of beads when you ordered Gina's box.
Yeah, it's a silver lined pink. If you watch her unboxing video, she shows the other option in her video.
But I think we won the lottery here with this one.
Yeah, this is just, it was so much fun when we were unbagging it that we couldn't help ourselves to just sit down and make up all those quick projects.
But anyway, here is all the stuff from Gina's treasure bag, and it definitely is a treasure. These are wonderful beads. We're looking forward to doing the tutorial and doing things that take a little longer than just 2 to 10 minutes to put together.
There is a little bit of bad news here, Steve.
What's the bad news?
Her treasure bag is already sold out. Gina does sell out up within hours. The longest I think I've only seen a bag last is a day or two. So she sells out really quickly when she puts these bags together. And they're not a subscription, so you can't sign up for something and be guaranteed a bag. So what you do is you have to go to her website, sign up for the notifications.
Yeah, get on her list.
Get on her list, and then about 2, maybe 3 days before she's ready to release her next bag, she'll send out a notice to everybody on that list telling you everything you need to know about the bag, when it's going to be released, and then you'll have time to get in there and buy one so that you get a chance to get one of her beautiful treasure bags.
Yes, which we understand that she's also increasing after this bag. She's going to be increasing the number that are available. So there will be more things available in the future. Another
advantage to going over and visiting her YouTube channel is this lady reminds me of the Tasmanian devil.
Oh, don't
with
that.
Everything that she does.
Oh,
I mean, she's like a little whirlwind.
She puts out a million tutorials from her box. If you have any questions about what you can do from the box, I mean, we put together 10 projects here in just a short amount of time. She will do the same thing over the next few weeks, just making item after item and project after project using the beads from this treasure box.
And one of the nice things though is even though you won't be able to get this treasure bag, you might find many of the components, the strands of beads and that on her website. She puts up all of her leftover stuff and a lot of additional beautiful beads and strands and components. They're on her website, so you'll always be able to find something that's in the same size and shape that you could use to make any of the beautiful projects you see on her channel.
Yeah, go visit her website, go visit her YouTube channel, check out the boxes, the previous boxes for ideas. We really appreciate you coming today, and don't forget to come back on the 7th, both on our YouTube channel and on Gina's, the GCC Treasure channel, and we'll put links down below for you to do that. But we'll look forward to seeing you in about a week.
Well, a week from today.
February 7th.
Well, yeah, the 7th. Bye-bye for now.
Yep, thanks for coming. We'll talk with you again soon.